Okay, thanks. I think one of the things, because I always had a problem with understanding this, is PvP is one of the most, I would say, dice rolling or random matchups. And the reason I think that is because after your first probe dies, it's extremely difficult to guess correctly what the other opponent is doing. And it's always interesting for me to watch PvPs from very high skilled players to see how they see, what they're supposed to be doing. That's
Yes.
that's something that's very, very interesting for me, because I tried to do this a few times, and every time I do it, I can't tell exactly if it's going to be DTs, if it's going to be reavers, if it's going to be 4 gateway goons. It's very difficult for me.
Yes. As a player that plays PvP quite a lot, because all my friends I play with are actually protas, I can tell you I have a hard time doing that as well, reading it correctly, but perhaps I can point out how it should work in theory. So, in PvP it's very crucial you're not losing your scouting probe to the zealot at all, because you're just not supposed to do that. You're supposed to keep it alive until the first goon is out, and from there you need to be quite active with your army or other scouting units to keep a track of your opponent's unit composition, because you can derive what build he's playing from his unit composition often. So, for instance, if you poke up your opponent's ramp, I mean this map has no ramp, you have 2 goons and let's make it 3 goons, okay? From 1 gateway, and you see your opponent is having 2 zealots and 1 goon. What does it tell you? That he's saving gas. And oftentimes, when a Protoss player saves gas, it's because he's going for a citadel tech. I mean, this mustn't be true, and I don't claim that my reads are good in PvP, but those reads can be made. And that's the interesting thing.
I know that in a way you can sort of guess. The problem that I usually have with this is that you can tell when a Protoss opponent is saving gas, but what you don't really know is what he's spending that gas on, and that's more of a problem, because in theory you want a different answer if possible, if your opponent is going Robo or DTs. So
that's true.
I mean, I know that that there are many standard ways to play it that are very good, so you can definitely play the more standard style and still be in a decent position, but it usually puts you a little bit behind your opponent if he is making a gamble.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you a lot that it's really actually very hard to make the proper reads in PvP, and that it's a huge part of why people describe the matchup as coin flippy. But perhaps we'll go back to the game here.
Yeah, 2 gates versus 1 gate.
That's interesting. And Draw, he must be confident in his ability to micro here, because he actually didn't get a second gateway assembly. He got the core first, and he has 1. No, it's two probes on gas. And the first zealot is coming in here for Djem, but it's just blocked by Draws. Now he's retreating, and actually, you might note that
that pylon.
Draw, yes, he blocked the short way with a pylon. That's very tricky, and I think it's a good move, actually. Like it. I like it a lot.
I love that move. The problem is, I would never think about it myself. I want to do that
Neither
myself. Not see it just in a replay, especially because on this map you can do it, in others you can't. So
yeah, and if you're looking what this is implying is, even if Djem were to send his zealot reinforcements straight to Draw's natural, he didn't really at any point have the zealot advantage. It was like always 1 against 1 zealot or 3 against 3 zealots. He could have 2 more now, but there's already some dragoons out, and Draw's even blocking with probes after the zealots. So being very defensive here. Now he found the scouting probe of Djem that was hiding, and now it's on Djem to do something here, I think. I got a score in the meantime, and he's beginning to mine gas, so
well,
he doesn't have to be overly aggressive.
Can't really go out for a while, so Djem sort of knows that he has some time, but the scouting probe of Draw, because of the fact that it was just zealots, so that they couldn't catch the probe, can still see everything, and that's really bad for Djem, because what I said about that scouting is exactly at this point what I mean. This is great for Dro, just because he knows that he has the right information.
Oh, but now Dro tried to move out, I think, a bit prematurely. Yeah, he has to move back here. Realizes that this Djem has too many zealots.
He still, I think he could.
And he blocks it again! Look at that! It's just being so cute here.
Oh, now I don't even think it's actually a good idea to do that, because now he's wasting minerals.
Yeah. Oh, but Djem is going for it here.
Yeah,
but he can't attack with
no way. I mean,
with that choke.
The problem is not just the choke. The problem is also that after he gets through the choke, what does he go after? Yeah, so what? The probes? It's very difficult to micro that many zealots correctly against both dragoons and... Well, now it's different. With 2 dragoons, now this becomes a problem for Dro.
Yeah, I agree. Because you can't just plainly micro your goons against the opposing zealots
you have to
and have an easy time.
And you will still take some hits from the zealots, so...
Exactly.
Yeah, now it's worse.
But Dro's scouting probe's still alive. Djem is chasing it with 2 goons, and he does see the forge. Did he see the citadel?
Yeah,
is the other question.
I mean, I don't know if he clicked on it, but I know he did see it.
It was in range, and he could see it, and let's assume he clicked on it. For the meantime. And he's still keeping his probe alive. Look at that. In the meantime, being very defensive here. He hasn't seen an expansion yet from Djem, so he knows he has to be careful. And Djem is going for this cannon contain that we've seen recently in TLC.
Yeah,
quite some time.
It actually can work. I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
It's weird, but it can work.
It's a weird thing, really. I mean, I haven't seen that a lot, just except in TLC games. But you know, I don't play really high-level games, so that might be an explanation. But it seems to be quite strong, actually.
I have to admit that if what we would say that is the strong way to play is to build cannons, I think I was doing that in 2000. I mean, it's something that, I mean, it works nowadays, but it only...
Right?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, that's exactly my thinking. I mean, this is exactly the kind of stuff that back when I was a newbie, people told me not to do. Don't do this. It's horrible. If your opponent can control his army correctly, he will just crush you. And now we see a resurgence of the unnatural cannon rush. I mean, it's amazing.
I think the reason why that happens is because pro players know about this strategy, but they don't want other people to know about it, so they just say, oh, no, it's really bad, don't do it. And then when they get to a tournament, they can do it themselves,
Yeah. I mean, this is very strong when your opponent doesn't have any scouting on the map, but Dro still has. And he confirms yet again no base for Djem5. He even got a proxy gate up here.
It's a really weird position, but it's not... I don't think...
Yeah, he gets a Dark Templar now.
I mean, Djem should not really think about that location. It's like, where are you going to put something? Well, definitely not in between 2 ramps, right?
He's getting a Dark Templar, and judging from the timings, the Dark Templar will work wonders, because Djem, because of his contain, he's actually not too worried with getting cannons up in his main. Oh my god.
There's a shuttle though with DTs though. That's that's very weird. He's making a proxy gateway with DTs and also shuttle to drop DTs.
Oh, and here's the DT coming out. There are no cannons. And yeah, no I think this is game.
Yeah, no.
Oh god, oh god. Yeah, the robo is halfway done. Yeah, now Djem knows. Probe goes down. Might scout the proxy. Does he get cannons up? No, he didn't. He didn't react to that. Didn't notice.
No,
and now, use the World of Hurt. Evacuates all the... Yeah, that's a GG. He also saw the shuttle coming. So perhaps that's the explanation to our wonders.
Yeah, that's why you don't put cannons, guys. So in the future, don't put cannons.
So we perhaps should thank Dro for educating us in this matter. Because when I was watching TLC when it was cast by Tennis and Wallace, I actually thought to myself, why does this work? And yeah, perhaps because the opposing player wasn't fast enough to shuttle some DTs out. So that was a quick first game of the finals here. Let's see if we can get the second one.
All right.
Yes. that.